Sweet. Brad, you've never been to this track before. You rode here with teammate Darren Pittman, who has lots of laps. Did he give you any advice, or how did you prepare coming into tonight's events?
Yeah, we always lean on Darren because he's got a lot of experience. I asked him some questions, but the track's changed quite a bit since the last time he'd been here. So, we've been trying stuff, and we seem like we're getting the sure test car a little bit better. We bid on a few things, and hopefully it's going to lead to some better finishes. And we're working with Cody a lot and Darren as well. So, we're all three in the dash again tonight, and that's a positive thing for KKR, and hopefully we can finish up front.
Well, good luck to Brad Sweet, starting 5th for tonight's dash. Into his outside, in the Ollie's Bargain Outlet number 4, is Cody Dara. Cody, this is your first quick time of the year. You've never been here. How do you and rookie crew chief Ty Sykes approach a place like this where you've never been?
We just kind of been working week to week with our race car. We've just slowly gotten a little bit better with our setups, and we have a pretty good handle, and we feel like we know where we're at right now, but it's all about making these changes to move forward in this dash. It's a different racetrack. It should be pretty racy as it progresses here tonight. I'm just looking forward to seeing what we have.
Well, good luck to Cody Dara, starting 6th in tonight's dash. And starting 7th in the Great Clips number 9 is Darren Pittman. Darren, you've had great success here in the past. You struggled a little bit in qualifying. How much has the track changed since you've been here?
They've added bank, it seems like, every time we've been here. I remember the first year we came, I think they said it was reverse bank, and I believed them. So definitely, the shape of it stayed the same. They just added more bank, and we were just off a little bit in time trials, and felt a lot better in the heat race. So I'm just glad to be in the dash, and hopefully we can just keep the car a little bit better and try to gain a few more spots. But I'm happy with where we're at.
Darren Pittman starting 7th in tonight's dash. Into his outside, last but certainly not least in the 7S, is Jason Sides. Jason, you were dominant your heat race, locked yourself in a dash. How much confidence does this give you and your team going into the rest of the night's events?
I don't know, just every time you get in a dash, it helps you out from your qualifying to the dash, and then you get in the dash and get you up, starting up the top 8 spots there. So it's a big deal because it's just one of those things where once you're there, you're starting way forward more than where you would have been starting 16th in the feature. So it's a big deal for us. So every time we get here, we appreciate it.
Good luck to Jason Sides, starting 8th in tonight's dash. Back to you, Johnny.
Lineup is set. Wilmot Raceway pace truck will exit on the backstretch. Green at the stripe in turn 4. Winner of this race on the pole for our main event this evening. 11K Craig Kinzer and 83 David Gravel from the front row. 51 Paul McMahon alongside the 71 M of Joey Saldana in row 2. 49 Brad Sweet, the 4 of Cody Dara in row 3. 9 Darren Pittman, 7S Jason Sides in row 4. Green flag. Into turn 1. David Gravel from the outside of the front row with the early lead. Joey Saldana goes to work on the cushion. Saldana up to 3rd and moving in on 2nd place, Craig Kinzer. Kinzer on the bottom, Saldana around him on the top out of turn 4, but Kinzer drifts high. Now goes side by side down the front stretch into turn 1. Paul McMahon now making it a 3-car battle for 2nd as David Gravel starts to pull away from the field. McMahon to the inside of Saldana. Saldana around the outside, nearly gets together. Now they're 3 wide down the front straightaway. Craig Kinzer, Joey Saldana, and Paul McMahon racing for 2nd in the dash. Kinzer maintains the 2nd spot. Saldana looking for a way around on the outside. He'll go to the top once again in 3 and 4. This time, Joey Saldana able to drive by Craig Kinzer. Saldana now up to 2nd. Paul McMahon's going to go to the top in 1 and 2. Come after Craig Kinzer for the 3rd spot. Just past the halfway point, 4 laps down, 2 to go in the dash. David Gravel leading it. Joey Saldana 2nd. Paul McMahon and Craig Kinzer side by side for 3rd into turn 1. Kinzer on the bottom, McMahon on the cushion. Paul McMahon has 3rd as they exit turn 2. Craig Kinzer running 4th. Brad Sweet in 5th. Darren Pittman in 6th. Cody Dara 7th and Jason Sides 8th with the white flag waving. Leader David Gravel out of turn 2 and down the backstretch. Checkered flag set to wave. David Gravel is on the pole at Wilmot. He is your dash winner. Joey Saldana 2nd, Paul McMahon 3rd, Craig Kinzer 4th, and Brad Sweet in 5th. Lineup is good. Caution lights out. Green at the stripe in turn 4. 9X Paul Nienheiser and 1M Philip Mock in row 1. 19 Todd Dawn and 1S Logan Schuhart in row 2. 4S Danny Smith, 79 Blake Nimee in row 3. 68 Dave Utek, 94 Brandon Thone in row 4. 7U Scott Utek alongside the 83D of Tommy Sexton. Looks like Scott Utek has elected to go to the rear of the field as we get set for green flag action. Last chance showdown is underway. Paul Nienheiser leads the field into turn 1. Philip Mock running second, Logan Schuhart in third, Todd Dawn in that fourth and final transfer spot as they make their way down the backstretch. Leader runs the cushion now about halfway up the racetrack in turns 3 and 4. Maybe even slightly higher than that in 1 and 2. Logan Schuhart working the bottom of the racetrack. Schuhart to the inside of Philip Mock. Move Logan Schuhart up into the second spot now. Mock trying to go back around him on the outside in 3 and 4, but Mock drifts up over the cushion, has to gather it back in. Todd Dawn still in that fourth and final transfer spot. Blake Nimee and Danny Smith right behind him. Smith 4 wheels over the cushion through turns 1 and 2. Danny Smith again up over the cushion in 3 and 4, coming after Blake Nimee, racing for the 5th spot. They'll go side by side, both closing in on Todd Dawn. 3-car battle for the transfer spot out of turn 2 and down the backstretch. And look who else is on the move. Tommy Sexton in the 83D. Sexton had problems earlier this evening in qualifying. Looks like he's got it straightened out now. He started toward the back of the field. Now Sexton up to challenge the 4S of Danny Smith. That is the race for 6. Sexton wheel stands down the back straightaway. Paul Nienheiser leading it with 5 down and 7 laps to go. Now Blake Nimee has caught up with Todd Dawn. We'll watch the battle for the final transfer spot. Dawn on the outside, Nimee down low. They'll go side by side down the backstretch. Big slide job coming up. Nimee trying to take the transfer spot. Dawn jumps the cushion, wheelies down the front stretch, and Blake Nimee moves into 4th. Blake Nimee now up into that 4th and final transfer spot. Todd Dawn in 5th, Danny Smith 6th, Tommy Sexton in 7th, followed by Dave Utek. Now Smith to the inside of Dawn, racing for 5th out of turn 4. Can't make the move there. Paul Nienheiser continuing to lead it. Logan Schuhart in 2nd, Philip Mock in 3rd. Blake Nimee pulling away from the battle between Todd Dawn and Danny Smith. 8 laps down and 4 to go in our last chance showdown. Nienheiser works the cushion into turn 3 and out of turn 4. 3 laps remaining for the Cam 2 Blue Blood. Number 9X, big move by Danny Smith, swept to the inside of Todd Dawn. Dawn turns it back underneath him. They'll go side by side, racing for 5th into turn 1. Todd Dawn down low, Danny Smith on the high side. They'll stay wheel to wheel down the backstretch. Nearly some contact there. Danny Smith moves by. Danny Smith is up to 5th now, needs to try to track down Blake Nimee, but running out of time. Just 2 laps to go in tonight's last chance showdown. Leader into traffic now. Paul Nienheiser around the outside of Brandon Thone as the white flag waves. 3/8 of a mile to go in this last chance showdown. Leader down the backstretch into turn 3. Up over the cushion. Nienheiser gathers it back in. He'll hang on to win the last chance showdown. Logan Schuhart 2nd. Philip Mock in 3rd. And Blake Nimee with that 4th and final transfer spot. Here's the finishing order for tonight's last chance showdown. Paul Nienheiser, the winner in the 9X, finishing 2nd, the 1S of Logan Schuhart. 3rd, the 1M of Philip Mock, and in 4th, the 79 of Blake Nimee. Those 4 drivers will move into the main event. They rumble slowly down the backstretch over toward turn 3 and into turn 4. They get the signal to show you the most awesome sight in all of motorsports. For just the 3rd time in Wilmot Raceway history, the greatest show on dirt preparing for main event action. The world's greatest sprint car drivers, 4 wide. This is their salute. Ladies and gentlemen, they are thanking you for coming out this evening. And in return, we want you to stand. And when they come out of turn 4, make some noise, show your appreciation. Let them hear you over the rumble of the 900 horsepower engines. Wilmot Raceway, you wanted the best, you got them for abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws STP Sprint Cars. Joey Salzano from the front row. 51, Paul McMahon, and the 11K of Craig Kinzer in row 2. 49, Brad Sweet, alongside the 9 of Darren Pittman in row 3. Row 4 features the number 4 of Cody Darrah, the 7S of Jason Sides, the 11 of Steve Kinzer, alongside the 15 of Donnie Schatz in row 5. Bill Baylog and Sammy Swindell in row 6. William Johnson and Kerry Madsen in row 7. Ian Madsen and Paul Nienheiser in row 8. Craig Delansky and Brett Wilson in row 9. Jacob Allen and Philip Mock from row 10. Blake Nimee, Joey Mohan, Jeremy Schultz, and Logan Schuhart. We are set for green flag racing action. They'll drag race down the front stretch into turn 1. David Gravel low, Joey Salzano up high there, side by side still down the backstretch. It's Joey Salzano with the lead as they reach turn 3. Salzano to the cushion, David Gravel on the bottom of the racetrack. Joey Salzano leading lap number 1. David Gravel second, side by side for third. Paul McMahon down low, Craig Kinzer up high. They'll stay wheel to wheel down the backstretch. Craig Kinzer with the momentum on the top side of the speedway, and Craig Kinzer moves into third. Salzano, Gravel, Craig Kinzer, Paul McMahon, and Steve Kinzer the top 5. Then the teammates side by side for 6th. Brad Sweet on the outside. Darren Pittman down low. They'll go wheel to wheel down the backstretch. Pittman forges ahead on the inside as they reach turn 3. Sweet trying to drive it back around him on the outside of turn 4. Brad Sweet moves back by Darren Pittman. Brad Sweet back into 6th. Meanwhile, Paul McMahon on the attack down low. McMahon comes after Craig Kinzer. Watching the battle for 3rd into turn 3. Kinzer on the bottom into turn 3. McMahon moves up to the cushion. Paul McMahon in 3rd as we complete lap 4. Joey Salzano with a 1.32 second lead early on in this one. And already, traffic about to become a factor as Salzano works his way toward the slower cars at the end of the front straightaway. Joey Salzano leading at David Gravel second, Paul McMahon third, Craig Kinzer fourth, Steve Kinzer fifth, Brad Sweet sixth, Darren Pittman seventh, Jason Sides eighth, Donnie Schatz ninth, and Bill Baylog in 10th. Traffic now for the race leader, Salzano dealing with the 5J of the 2013 Wilmot Raceway champion, Jeremy Schultz. Schultz runs the cushion, Salzano comes up above the cushion to try to make the move by. David Gravel gaining ground now, and McMahon catching up with Gravel as Salzano still unable to get by the 5J of Jeremy Schultz. McMahon now all over David Gravel and watch the battle for second down the backstretch. Car sideways in turn 4. Philip Mock spins, the caution flag waves. Ready for the double foul restart the next time by. Joey Salzano looking for a Wilmot Speedway World of Outlaws victory. His previous best finish here, 5th in 2008. He was 10th here in 2006. Salzano on the outside, David Gravel on the inside. We go back to green. Gravel gets the jump on the restart. David Gravel will take the lead into turn 1. David Gravel slides up in front of Joey Salzano. On the move, Craig Kinzer coming after Paul McMahon. Brad Sweet moves into the top 5. Craig Kinzer coming after Salzano for second. David Gravel, the new race leader in car number 83. He'll lead lap number 8. David Gravel on the point. Brad Sweet with a big slide job into turn 3, but can't take the 4th spot away from the 51 of Paul McMahon. Gravel leading at Joey Salzano second. Craig Kinzer third. Paul McMahon fourth. Brad Sweet in 5th. Steve Kinzer in 6th. Jason Sides 7th. Donnie Schatz 8th. Darren Pittman 9th. And Kerry Madsen running 10th. Bill Baylog is 11th. Cody Darrah 12th. Ian Madsen 13th. Sammy Swindell 14th. Craig Delansky 15th. David Gravel now pacing the field. Big wheel stand by Craig Kinzer as he came out of turn 4. Kinzer moving in on second place, Joey Salzano. Salzano to the cushion. Craig Kinzer runs the cushion as well. Cushion just past the halfway point up on the speedway. A couple of cars getting together over in turn number 2. The caution flag waves. was Philip Mock, Jeremy Schultz, and Paul Nienheiser getting together over in turn 2. They were all able to drive away, but we have a caution flag waving. Well, the inside lane worked enough for David Gravel to take the lead the last time by, so Gravel chooses the bottom of the racetrack once again for this double file restart. Caution lights out, green, out of turn 4. 3 laps away from the halfway point in this main event. Pace starts to quicken just a bit. Saldana and Gravel bring the field into turn 4. We're back underway. Gravel with the jump out of turn 4 leads the field down the front stretch. Paul McMahon up to 3rd and coming after Joey Saldana for 2nd as they race out of turn 2. Steve Kinzer on the move. Steve Kinzer is up to 4th. He has gotten correction on that. That's Craig Kinzer. Craig Kinzer maintaining 4th in car number 11K. David Gravel with the race lead. Joey Saldana in 2nd. Paul McMahon in 3rd. Battle for 4th, side by side. Craig Kinzer in the pump. Brad Sweet down low. McMahon tries to go around the outside of Saldana. Sweet sneaks by the inside of Craig Kinzer. Brad Sweet now 4th. Kinzer 4 wheels over the cushion, trying to come back at it. Can't make the pass. Halfway home, 15 laps down, 15 to go in the Wilmot Raceway. David Gravel with the race lead. Joey Saldana 2nd, Paul McMahon 3rd, Brad Sweet 4th, Craig Kinzer 5th, Steve Kinzer in 6th, Darren Pittman 7th, Kerry Manson 8th, Donnie Schatz 9th, and Sandy Swindell 10th. Saldana back to the inside of McMahon, and Joey Saldana back into 2nd as they exit turn 2. Still more than a straightaway separating the last place car from race leader, David Gravel. He's got a couple more laps of clear track before he has to deal with traffic. Most of the fastest drivers running the cushion on the speedway. Paul McMahon, the exception in the top 5 down to the bottom. Trouble out of turn 2 right in front of the leader. Paul Nienheiser spins, keeps the engine fired. We stay green. It happened right in front of the leader. David Gravel was able to take evasive action. Paul McMahon really had to slow down.